Well, hello, lovely people. Welcome to today's pick card reading. Today we will be doing a short video on the topic of your choice. It will be a yes or no type of question and answer video. So think of something that you are curious about right now and pick one of the piles that you see in front of you. And we will explore what your current energy is towards this goal. So whether you are leaning towards a yes or a no outcome of the situation, or maybe if it is still undecided. And we'll get some advice on how to move forward, again, either in a yes or no type of direction. So pick one of the piles and let's see what comes out for you. Hey, pile 1, so you chose this card over here, the sei vorsichtig card, which basically says be careful. Do you really think that this is the right decision for you? Or rather, not decision, but the right solution for you? Do you really think this is the right solution for you? And let's get into your tarot cards to shed a little bit more light into this sentiment. But generally speaking, whatever you are asking about whether it will go yes or no, whether it will be successful or no, whether you should pursue it or no, the emphasis in your pile is on the fact that you might not be seeing the full picture and you might be seeing a way out or a door to get in, if you will. That's not optimal for your circumstances, and this is what the reading wants to draw your attention into. It's not so much about whether this thing will happen or not, but it is rather a question of whether you have chosen the right means and the right actions in order to achieve it. So we have a couple of cards. We'll go over all of them so you can draw your proper conclusions and advice. But generally speaking, they give the vibe that you are going for some kind of great change. You have a couple of the cards coming up from the major arcana. So whatever you are striving towards, it is something that would change your life profusely and profoundly. And it seems that this is the goal effect, like this is what you want to achieve. And that's great and all, but again, the emphasis here is that maybe you are pushing in the wrong direction, maybe you are trying to do things faster than they should, so you should rethink. So we have, let's start with this card, the Three of Pentacles in the reversed position. This gives the vibe that whatever you are doing, you are going at it single-handedly. And it can very well be the case that the solution that will actually achieve this thing for you would be more of a group effort, group project, or somehow cooperation with other people will be involved. It can be in the case that if it is not necessarily that you are working with other people towards a shared goal, it will be at the very least that at the end of the rainbow, you will be thinking about other people. So while you are doing this thing and you are working at it, you wouldn't only be thinking of yourself, but you will have the thought of someone else or of a group of people. It will be one or the other. But somehow right now you are too self-focused, you are too focused maybe on your own vision, on what you want, and you need to somehow integrate other people in it. We have the Sun card, which gives me the vibe of you potentially being a little bit too optimistic and cocky in your current approach. Not to say that you should doubt yourself going forward or anything like that, but it just is there to reinforce. Also, we have in the same regard the Fool card. Those two cards are there to enforce, to show that you might be throwing yourself a little bit too swiftly onto something, and you might be expecting too fast of a result, or hoping that something will just come along the way to help you move things as fast as possible. Regarding speed, we also have the Eight of Wands, which is very fast moving energy in the tarot. It is this energy of like, let's say 8 planes flying at you, like 8 high-speed planes or trains or whatever you want to picture. And this is your energy of how fast you want this thing to manifest. But it can be the case that maybe if it does happen this fast, it will disrupt you somehow, or maybe it will not happen in the most optimal way. There is this sense here that you need to slow down a little bit. Whatever it is, with the Tower card, we have this energy that it will be a total disruption, meaning that it will somehow change your life in all arenas profoundly. Let's say the way that changing your physical location, for instance, moving to another country, that type of change that you would feel really in all areas. That's why, again, with the 7 of Pentacles, we have this message that, okay, always fine and dandy, but you need to put in the practical work, you need to put in the practical plan in order for this to be able to manifest properly. And we also have the 4 of Cups with this guy who is in a bathtub, which is the energy of you needing to sit down a little bit by yourself without outside distraction, and just sit there, wait a little bit, think about what is happening and what you can do and what you are being offered, and don't throw yourself too haphazardly into any type of action. I feel like that whatever circumstance you're currently in that you're asking about, I can imagine that it is something that's frustrating you, or alternatively something that you are very excited about changing because you are excited to already be in another energy, but you are somehow rushing things a little bit too much and you are not being maybe pragmatic enough. Maybe you just still don't have enough information for the whole picture, and your reading is basically saying to you, right now we are not here to encourage you either in a yes direction or to discourage you in a no direction. The point of this is, yes, work on whatever you are working at the moment, but take it a little bit slower, lower your expectations in the sense of, you know how, for instance, I thought about this last week when I was speaking to someone on the phone, but let's say you can judge a country's socio-economic status based on how many casinos are in a given place. And for instance, we on the Balkans have a casino problem, and that's the case because those companies prey on the fact that someone with a low socio-economic status who doesn't see a way out of their situation will go on and try to win big from the lottery or from the casino because they don't see another way out. There might be another way out, there most likely is. There are always multiple ways you can go at solving a given problem, but because you are mentally stuck right now, you don't have other information, the only way you see out is going to the casino or playing the lottery. And if you do that, it is not shown as being the best option for you. It will either lead to this project failing in a way, or at the very least, it will bring you a lot of unnecessary stress. So the goal for you right now is to focus on taking a breather, taking a step back, thinking a little bit, gathering more information, doing your practical day-to-day approach, and I don't know, having your bullet list of tasks that you need to complete, and just taking it one step at a time, not throwing yourself into something just because you're feeling restless. And then further information will come to you about how you can further conquer this situation. So yeah, this is the advice for you. I hope that it was helpful, and I wish you all of the patience and rewards and whatnot. Hey, pile 2, if you chose this card over here, I'll tell you what it means. So this card asks you the following. What does this question mean to you? How does it feel to receive a yes, and how does it feel to receive a no? Listen to your gut feeling and decide for the answer that feels the best. So, we'll get in your cards in a minute, and I pulled some more cards for you guys than for pile 1. But just to start off with the significator card, what this is giving me is that it is very possible that whichever way you take in this thing that you are asking about, that it kind of both leads to an okay place. Maybe it's just like two roads that one goes like this and the other one goes like this, but they end at the same place. Or it can be also what I am potentially seeing, or even if they don't lead to the same place, you will be okay potentially with both outcomes in the end. Or like the completely different interpretation that I can also imagine here is that maybe you have already made up your mind before even asking. I don't know if you have ever done horary astrology, where you ask a yes or no question again and you pull up a chart of the moment and you interpret it. But in horary, there is this position, I think, there were different circumstances, but for instance, if you have Saturn in the last degrees, or I don't know exactly what the rules were, but there is a point where the chart can basically tell you you are asking too late, meaning that you have already either decided on a course of action or you have already taken the steps that have put you on a certain course of action that you are aware of. Like it's not necessarily out of your control, but you have already predetermined this before asking. Like this is not really a choice that you are making. So you can relate either to one or to the other of this. But based on the cards themselves, what I am seeing, there is not some kind of grave difference in whichever of the outcomes. So that's why I'm saying it can be that they are just two roads that lead to the same place, or you will find that at the end you can make both things work. We have a little bit of a difference in the cards when you get into them, but again, it's not like one is super positive and one is super negative. On both sides of the equation, we have this energy that when you make this choice, when this thing starts to happen or to not happen, or whatever exactly the details are, there will be a point of you stopping being so to yourself and enjoying more so the company of others, or potentially even collaborating, working with others. We have the point of leaving something behind, even if you are maybe in a point still wondering whether you should or whether you should not, leaving something behind and starting something new. We have this feeling of overcoming generally some kind of past hurt or adversity while doing this. And we have the promise of some type of material success. But again, like the exact roads that you go down might be a little bit more with nuance, but there is no such like huge difference that would set the tone for the one and not the other. If anything, it is potentially possible that the one road, no, I would generally say that things emotionally would even themselves out in the end. Because, for instance, in the one spread, we have the Hermit in the reversed, which will ask of you to come out of your shell and to start being more openly in the world and to show more of yourself and to interact with other people. We have the Fool afterwards, which is setting foot on a new journey, like taking on a new project or whatever exactly it is, but just starting something from scratch, from zero, and trusting in the universe. We have the reversed Ten of Swords, which is overcoming some kind of past hurt. We have the Queen of Cups, which is nurturing yourself a little bit, going back to your like comfort in the sense of internal comfort, not like the Hermit where you are just stuck between your four walls, but instead where you have a connection with yourself and you know how to nurture yourself emotionally. And we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is then having some type of material achievement in the world and enjoying it and having community around you. And on the other end, we have similar energies where, for instance, with the Eight of Cups, we have the leaving of something in the past, like finally closing the door on it, moving past it. We have the King of Cups in the reversed, which can signify you going through this period of like a little bit of hurt, a little bit of emotional turmoil, but then you will be forced to alchemize it one way or the other. We have then the Three of Cups, which is like your collaboration party card. You are with friends, you are enjoying people's company. We have the Seven of Cups, which is the idea of having multiple choices, being able to do multiple things, like maybe potentially even enjoying not multiple possessions, not possessions would be the word, but just enjoying life, let's say, just having a lot of cups from a lot of places. And we have the Six of Pentacles, which would put you in a position of give and take with other people. So you have achieved some kind of position in your life where you are able to give to others, but you are also able to be nurtured by others, and it is this sort of fair exchange. So although the two ways, again, the two streets that you can choose to go on, either the left or the right, they might again have some kind of small pit stop differences. You will not feel some extreme type of difference between the two. Like there is no straight answer of you should do this and you should completely avoid that. If anything, both roads will teach you something and they will bring you something valuable, some kind of lesson. So pile 2, to get back to your initial card, the goal for you here will be to not be afraid of this next chapter, to sit down a little bit with your emotionality, try to keep it at bay, you know, your fears and everything. And when you have that clear headspace, to allow your inner voice, like your intuition or whatever you like to call it personally, to let that speak to you and to follow it. And afterwards, whichever lessons are meant to find you along the way, they will find you and you will deal with them as they come. But now the goal is just to start moving in a direction and not to overthink it. So just listen a little bit to your gut, like trust yourself that afterwards, whatever happens, you will be able to handle. And yeah, just take it one step at a time, Pile 2. That's basically it. Hey, Pile 3, if you chose this card over here, alles wird gut, which basically means everything will be alright, then this is your part of the reading. Let's get into your cards. Now, regarding the yes or no question that you would be thinking about, I would say that this is going towards a yes answer in the sense that I expect that whatever you are asking about, the yes would be the positive answer to it. Whichever of the two it is, this is going towards a positive ending for you. Let's say it that way, because of course I don't know what everyone is asking. The emphasis of your reading lies on the fact that you have already started to do whatever you are asking about, like whatever change or, I don't know, person or career or project or anything else that you are inquiring about, you are already on the road of doing that thing, achieving that thing, becoming that thing. So in that way, you are heading towards a positive outcome. What the cards are rather wanting to focus on is on your personal journey through those things. So it will be, let's say, shorter or more pleasant or even more fruitful for you, because like you are similar to group 2, you are not in the phase where you are thinking about two choices purely from a cognitive standpoint or even from an emotional standpoint or anything. You have already more or less committed to the one choice and you have done something in that direction. So as part of that, like the energy is there, you are moving towards it. The idea here is that some things might still be holding you back and stressing you out, and you just need to work on them in order to continue moving in this direction, and again, in order to, above all else, enjoy the journey of it. Because you know, the old saying, it's not the destination, it is the journey. I mean, achieving goals and getting things that you want is also awesome. That's always one of my main motivations, at least for the start, until you get the whole vehicle moving forward. But at a certain point, you need to truly be enjoying yourself on the day-to-day in order to continue moving forward and to not waste your life, because your life is made out of the middle spaces, so to say. It's not just the goals that you achieve, because you achieve a goal in a second. Like you break a record in a second, or you lose weight and you see the lower number on the whatever it's called in a second. All of those experiences happen really fast and they go by really fast. But the thing that you are doing, the day-to-day activities, is actually what makes up your life. So I feel like this is what your reading wants to remind you of. Because we have a little bit of a stressed out energy with you guys, let's say, we have, for instance, the 5 of Swords, which is this, from one of my other tarot decks, we have this really nice imagery of this guy who is hearing like 1,000 different thoughts, and he has a headache basically from just having to interact with all of those thoughts. You know how anxiety works. It doesn't let you rest. It doesn't let you sleep. It's just over there like chattering in your head. So you might be experiencing something like this in this situation. We also have a couple of cards that might suggest somehow that you are stuck in the past surrounding this, in the sense that where this success of this thing that you are asking about, where this would lead you, is a place where it is a place that's completely different from your current life. You know the old saying that when a door closes, another opens, that type of thing. You might be stressing about the fact that if this venture is successful, something from your old reality will die. Whether it is, as an example, because I feel like I didn't explain it properly, but as an example, if you find a new job, you have to leave your old job, and with that you leave your old colleagues. So it is a change. Or if you buy another house, you need to change neighborhoods, and then you don't have the lovely neighbor from 2B. Like that type of thing. Whatever you do, whatever change that happens in your life, there will be some part of you that needs to be left in the past to die. And it might be as big or as small as you relate to it, but this is something that's stressing you. And if anything, it might be slowing down your progress, consciously or subconsciously. Or at the very least, like I said, it is just stressing you out and making the whole experience less enjoyable. Apart from that, what I would give you in terms of advice for your situation is that, yes, maybe you shouldn't expect right now to receive support from other people. This might be a part of it. It is possible that whatever you are doing, again, the simple explanation of, for instance, changing your job, maybe your old colleagues are sad about it and you don't completely feel that they're supporting your decision, just because from their point of view, they might be happy for you. But they are thinking, oh, that's a shame, I'm gonna miss this person, now we have to find someone else. That someone else might be an asshole, like I don't want to deal with that. So it's not that people would necessarily be against your decision, but this might not be the time to expect complete understanding and support from them. You might need to keep a little bit more to yourself. The other thing here is, you need a couple of things with two of the queens coming up for you. On the one end, we need a clear head and a clear path forward, which I would say that you are achieving pretty nicely up to this point. But we also need a little bit more of believing in yourself and putting yourself out there. It seems that you are kind of keeping to yourself in some way, whether it is that maybe you are finding yourself in a new environment, so you don't feel as comfortable, or maybe you don't completely trust your abilities at this point, but you are keeping a part of you hidden, like you are not your normal vibrant self. It's giving that type of lack, and it will only help you further if you let yourself shine brightly and fully, and not worry about how that's gonna be perceived or what's gonna happen or that type of thing. Basically, in a nutshell, kind of keep true to what you are. I would also say you have a lot of spark towards this thing that you are inquiring about, which is great. Be a little bit careful about overspending energy, potentially, in the sense of a little bit burning yourself out. Like, this is not giving a lot of burnout, like not that type of thing, but still you might be able to overdo something just because you are really excited and you want to push a lot of things to move forward. And I would say, just lastly, with the Star card, keep that positivity within you. For instance, when those anxious thoughts about changes, about what's gonna happen, like about how you are going to accommodate to things, when those negative or scary thoughts come out, find some type of way you can perform some type of ritual, or you can do some journaling, or whatever your preferred method is. Find this way that works for yourself to keep positivity, to keep open-minded, to focus on the good things, that things are gonna happen amazingly, and whatever situation you find yourself in next is going to be good and you're going to deal with it nicely. Like, keep that positive spiral. And yeah, pile 3, I would say that definitely you are going down a positive road, so try to not worry about it too much and to work on those small issues, like with your self-esteem, with the queen, and with the negative self-talk. And don't be afraid generally of this change. I mean, it is easier said than done. Even when it is positive change on the horizon, it is worrying to have something new, to basically not know what type of circumstance you're gonna be in, but whatever it is, it's going to be positive for you. So remind yourself of that.